Okay. I'm sorry, the hat. I'm trying to be quiet, and the hat during the intro dance kills me every single time. Hello and welcome to Bad Boy Cinema. I'm your host, Rick Reel, and with me is, as always, my co-host, Elliot Film. And
always here.
And
special
guest
host. You're still going?
Special guest host.
This is a compound sentence.
Can I introduce the host? Oh my god. Special guest host, Matt Dougzone.
That's right. Hello, everybody.
It's an Italian last name who we've never met before since Elliot and I were under ice. Who are you?
Oh, yes, I forgot. Yeah, when you went under, our two beloved nations were at war, weren't they? I don't remember what the the canon there is, but no, I'm a humble scholar of film. You know me. People know me. I have really deep and esoteric tastes in movies. I like watching things like this week's episode. It's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
I mean, are there any movies?
What a film it is.
Are there any movies you've watched where you're like, I definitely have to watch this movie, you know?
I really like that this is a running bit on your show. Like, even funnier is the fact that like you didn't start doing that. Like that's as far as the episodes you've been putting out go. This has been a fairly recent development. And like the first time one of you said it, I didn't even notice. But then the next time one of you was like, "Oh, I definitely have to watch this movie," and then just sort of like snickered. And I was like, "Wait a minute, that sounds familiar to me."
We've been. I mean, I think it's been longer than what we've talked about on the podcast. But like in our private messages, we reference it pretty constantly,
almost every day.
Yeah, even funnier is the fact that I don't listen to my own podcast. So like I just like barely remember.
You don't even know the theme song.
I don't remember the context in which I originally said it, and I barely remember the theme song. Like so this bit that has taken on its own life that was not a bit initially. It was just me saying I have to watch this movie.
It's a good line.
You're not wrong.
It's true. I definitely have to watch that movie. And frankly, I hope I have, because I don't remember what the movie is.
The movie was
Have you seen Society?
Right, of course. How could I forget? No,
and
well, I've got to say, I definitely have to watch this movie.
You can wrap it up.
If you could go back in time, would you, to your younger self, say you definitely have to watch Pulp Fiction?
Unfortunately, probably. Like not in like a this is the greatest movie ever, but just in like this movie is inescapable. Like you should probably just watch it eventually. You know, to get it's sort of like I mean, I think that 2001 is a better movie, but like similar in just like the fact that like anybody who likes movies or anyone who wants to be seen as a person who likes movies has watched it. You might as well get it over with and watch it eventually. You know.
It's kind of beyond that though, right? Because like it's such a memed movie, and this was my first time watching Pulp Fiction. And
oh, really?
Yeah, it was my
interesting
first. Yeah, but so much of it I had known through just like meme, like old, 2006 ass fucking
like the Samuel L. Jackson shit. Pointing the gun. Yeah,
which sucks, right? And which and the movie's a lot better than that, and like more enjoyable than those parts that were memed, which maybe I didn't like it because it was memed, right? So I'm like, not looking for the right context, but it was fine. But no, I had a good time with it. It's a fun hang, but like it might have been one of those things where it was like super hyped, right? And
for sure.
Didn't necessarily live up to that hype for me.
Look, Yeah, my two hot takes about this movie are I think as far as like extremely memed '90s movies go, The Big Lebowski
My
is
bad.
way better than Pulp Fiction. Um, in terms of like just holding up in spite of how memed it is. Like, I'm always gonna have a much
I
better
definitely
time.
have to watch that movie.
I
Oh,
definitely have to watch that movie. I've not
look,
seen
you
it.
do. It rules. It's a great time. But my other take is that I think 2/3 of this movie are fantastic.
Oh,
And
and let me guess which of the third that you don't like.
yeah,
Is it the Bruce Willis
it's
third?
Bruce Willis and his Asian child bride. Yeah, I do not like those scenes. The
She's
best
not
Bruce Willis
Asian.
scene. No, I know, but that's the thing. It's like because of the strange, like ambiguously ethnic accent and way that he like has her act.
She's French.
No,
Yeah,
I
she's
know.
definitely
It's
French.
not a good, she's not doing the accent well though. She doesn't sound French for like half the time. She just sounds
That's
like
because
she's
she's
doing
speaking
a baby
Spanish
voice.
sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not she doesn't speak French, guys. She's speaking in English. But no, she's like acting like a baby for the other half of it. And so I'm like in my head, she's
Some
just
women
like,
act like babies, and that's fine.
yeah, but
And I'm not going to do anything.
I will if they do that in front of me. I will leave. The best Bruce Willis scene is the one that he's not in. It's the scene where it's just Christopher Walken monologuing to the camera.
True. Yeah. No, I agree. I hated the Bruce Willis part. Was like it felt like a different movie, or like
Yeah,
a
much
side
worse movie.
story in the same. Yeah. No, I mean, which it is what it is.
Rewatching this movie, I was like, wow, this actually holds up. And then as soon as it was Bruce Willis, I was like, this movie is kind of garbage.
Yeah. But
That's
then
no,
it
yeah,
cuts
I
back
was.
to Vincent and Jules, and you're like, oh, this is awesome, actually. I forgot. This is a delight. I love these guys.
It is, at least for me, part of the dislike. I don't know if this extends to you guys as well, right? But I didn't like the Bruce Willis part because they kill off Vincent in it. Spoil. I mean, spoil. Who cares? It's a
Yeah, spoilers for Pulp
30-year-old movie.
Fiction.
Yeah, they kill off Vincent in the middle, but it's told out of order, so it's fine. But
It's interesting.
I was like, man, this part kind of sucks. And I was wondering, like, I kind of just thought Vincent was like a chill hang.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, man, that sucks that he got
That's
killed. I was
interesting.
looking
That's
forward to
actually
more.
one of the only things I like about the Bruce Willis section. Was I was like, okay, at least we get something there, like paying
Something
off,
happens.
like something happens that I care about because it's paying off, like, you know, Vincent not retiring and Jules going off to wander.
But you
the
don't know
earth.
that it's not paying off until.
Yeah, admittedly,
later,
I
kind
was
of.
the first time I watched it, I was also pretty bummed. I was like, oh damn, R.I.P. One of the two characters in this movie I like.
The guy who's
It's
literally
funny that
made-
he died like a loser, but
yeah, that is
because
pretty sad.
he is an idiot, and I think that like it is funny. But I was just like, man, like I wish the movie ended on that instead of.
Yeah,
Then you could just shut the movie off. I'd be like, oh, he's dead. Well, all right, whatever. I don't care. Bruce Willis.
I'm quitting now.
So the story being told out of order, you know, in some ways, I don't think really serves the movie super well. Maybe that's a hot take. I don't know, but I was like,
I think
maybe at the time it
makes
was
the movie,
something that was cool.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was definitely like novel at the time. I've read like reviews from the time, and like half of them talk about the fact that he tells the story out of order. And I do think it does help the movie hold up on a rewatch because you'll see things that are like getting set up and similar to like it's sort of like Christopher N.
Chris N.
Let me catch myself. Our good friend Chris N. Which is to say, I don't think the movie is as smart as like its dumbest fans think it is, but I do think that in both cases, it does a good job of making you feel smart for picking up on very obvious clues because they're just given to you out of order.
They're just telling you a story.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't think.
If you no, please.
Like Chris N.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was like spinning out. I don't think Chris N tries to make people feel smart, and I definitely don't think Quentin T. Ugh, I don't know. That one doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Yeah, that one doesn't sound
Chris
as
N.
good.
Yeah, Quentin T. I don't think he's trying to make anybody feel smart. I mean, maybe that's just like a unintended side effect.
Yeah, to be clear, yeah, I'm not saying that's like what he's consciously like going in like, oh, they're gonna feel like big brain geniuses coming out of it. I think Chris N might though. Like you watch like Inception, and you're like, the fun of it is when
he just really fucking loves time and science.
That is true, but I do
He
think that,
loves
like
science so much.
part of the fun of that story, yeah, was like when I watched it and I was like 13 years old. I left and felt like a genius because I knew what was happening the whole time it was on screen. Like but yeah, I agree. It is also just sort of like a side effect of this style.
Yeah, and it's good. I'm glad that they did that.
It's fun. It has its moments.
Yeah, this movie it's kind of funny. It's actually funnier than I remembered.
No, yeah, it's a good movie where it's just like people in rooms. It's a people in rooms talking movie, which I love. And it's like it feels like an excuse for Quentin T. QT. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a little cutie, all right.
No, he's a little cutie in this movie.
I can't stay mad at him.
I'm a little mad at him for his blatant ripping off of Taxi Driver, just putting himself in the movie to say a slur.
Yeah, as you say, yeah. Look, it's people in rooms, and they're saying things, all right. But
they have a lot. They say a lot of funny words.
But
that you're.
Look, I will say this is far less excusable than Taxi Driver, because at least in Taxi Driver, it serves to like create further just the mood of like an evil and irredeemable world full of insane lunatics. Whereas here, it is just him like showing up, dropping a hard R bomb like 5 times in a row, and then 2 minutes later, it's like, and his wife is black. Like, is that supposed to make it okay? Like, I don't feel that justifies this.
But everyone is saying it in Pulp Fiction, so I think it's a setting thing.
That is fair.
It's also kind of like QT says it in real life, but he's like, but black people are in my movies, so
that is a good point.
Much to consider.
True, yeah, fair enough.
It is still crazy to me that he doesn't say it in Django Unchained. He's like the only character in that movie who doesn't say the N-word, and you can tell that he was like
incredible restraint.
I just imagine him like sitting there typing out the script, just like drenched in sweat, his hand like hovering over the end. And he's like, "No, I can't do it in this one. Like, They will not let me get away with it here.
If I don't say it in this one, then like I had every excuse to, and I didn't do it.
I'll put him in the vault for the next one."
Yeah, he's just.
Does anybody say it in at all
Hollywood?
In Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I know they say it in Reservoir Dogs. And
they ended racism.
It somehow feels more out of left field there than it does here.
Yeah,
it'd be funny if everybody one of the 3 lines Margot Robbie has in that movie, she just says the N-word for no reason while she's watching herself in the
I'm actually in the
theater with her dirty feet. They're disgusting. But I was gonna say, like, the movie feels like a excuse for him to just like write about stuff that he likes.
Yeah.
Which is and like it is loosely strung together with a plot, but otherwise it's just like ideas and settings that he thinks are cool and just dialogue that he wants to write, which granted is fine, whatever. But it's like, as I was watching it, like, this doesn't really feel like a movie. It just feels like he wants to kind of jack himself off a little.
Yeah,
bit,
that is kind of like all of his movies, right? Like they are all like nothing but references to things he likes and his like very distinctive overwritten dialogue. And I feel part of why Pulp Fiction is like the one that everybody knows is because I don't think it's his best movie, but it is definitely like his most like
his most
it's his most movie. Yeah. No, I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, it's his most movie. But I was also surprised at how well some of the dialogue held up, though. Like,
it's good. It's a fun hang, other than the middle part.
I think it's his most accessible reference movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's all it is. You watch like Death Proof, and you're like, "What are you talking about, dude?"
Yeah,
you're just referencing like stuntmen that you know.
Yeah. Yeah, there are definitely shots in Death Proof where I'm like, clearly this is something important from the year 1932, and I will never see it. Like,
yeah. But this, you're just like, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Well, this is like me making my video game where I've named all the characters either after twice people or like after the like cinematic universe of like the Japanese like hostess ladies who are all dating the same guy. Matt knows what I'm talking about.
oh, I know. I unfortunately know exactly what you're talking about. Also, that rocks. I don't think you've told me that bit of lore before. That's so sick.
Yeah, so it's just like if you do it in a way that's tasteful, no one's going to know that you're making a reference. But if you're playing it and you're like, "Hey, wait a minute,"
look, can you?
It's a fun it's a fun treat for me.
My only request. I can't remember which one is the especially crazy one of the Japanese hostess ladies who are all dating the one guy, but
Yuzuzu.
Yes, yeah. I just want there to be like an optional cutscene that you can unlock where you go to her house and I'm just dead in her closet.
You specifically.
Yeah, it's like Matt Dougzone is the name, and I'm just my throat is slashed. Like I don't know what the game is, but I just even if that's a completely
I could just have like a dead
tonal...
white guy, just like exactly. As an Easter egg.
Yeah, just hiding it. It's like a creepy pasta.
You have to recommend a movie to an NPC, and then you type in society, and they say, "Oh, I definitely have to watch this movie."
And someone just comes up and slits their throat.
Yeah, see, I can do that.
Yeah, wish fulfillment in a game. This is what I'm talking about, everybody.
I will say about this Pulp Fiction film. Got a lot of Dr. Strangelove vibes from it. I don't know about you guys.
Well,
in what way?
Well, Dr. Strangelove, it's just like they're being silly about nuclear war, and this is just like they're being silly about like personal one-on-one murder. It's kind of the same.
They're very silly in this movie.
Like if they put the intro like Royale with cheese scene in Dr. Strangelove, if like the president just says that on the phone to Dimitri, it was like, yep.
Yeah, you're right. I feel really, now that I'm thinking about it, part of why the dialogue holds up so well, because now that I'm thinking about the dialogue that I think holds up well, I think it is just that, Vincent, Jules, and Uma Thurman's character, whose name escapes me right now. Yeah, Mia, are all just charismatic actors and characters.
Yeah.
Because, I just keep going back to it. The more I think about it, the less I like Bruce Willis. Like just anything about his story, except for the
I don't think I like Bruce Willis.
Flashback.
That's also true. The whole time I'm watching it, I was like, remember when he was in Friends? That was the only thing I thought about.
All I was thinking was I was sitting here thinking, like, has he had brain damage this whole time? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I thought that too, actually.
I enjoyed Die Hard. He can be in at least one good movie, but I just don't know if there's anything else I've seen that I've liked him in.
It was really, whatever
he had, Die Hard 4.
Really early
Live Free or Die Hard.
Is that actually what it's called?
Yeah, with Justin Long.
I remember the commercials for that, and I was go, "Oh, hey, it's the guy from the Apple commercial."
I'm a big Justin Long. I don't know if apologist is the right word, but I'm a fan.
Interesting.
Accepted is a fine film.
Accepted is actually kind of. I mean, I don't use this word lightly. It's kind of goated.
I think you might be using this word lightly. I hate to break it to you.
It's kind of goated.
I thought Uma Thurman would be in the movie more. She was likable. Mia was likable, but it was also like, oh, she's kind of like all these people are stupid, other than Jules. That was kind of a big, which is fine, but I don't know. I was expecting more. I just didn't get it.
Yeah, I guess she is like on the. I guess really, you didn't like her haircut.
I hate her. I hate that haircut in general.
That is crazy.
Really coach.
I think about that haircut all the time.
No, I'll be honest. I don't think about the haircut all the time, but I was watching the movie, and basically the whole time she was on screen, I was like, "Wow, it is crazy that she is the hottest woman to ever live."
Really?
Yeah,
I disagree.
I don't know. I think I just want to date an evil woman addicted to heroin. I mean, addicted to coke who accidentally does heroin. But hang on. Yeah, but I guess she is on all the posters that like the worst person you know has in their room. So you would probably think that she's in more of the movie than she is. But
and they talk about in the beginning of the movie, they like talk about her character a lot, and you're like, yes, I know who that is because I've seen the culture.
I've existed in the world.
And then I'm like watching the movie and she snorts the heroin and I'm like, oh, does she just fucking die like this? That is so funny. and like people are like so obsessed with like her in this movie and she just does that and dies. I was like, oh my God, this is great.
Smoke and Aces effect.
and then she gets revived and is fine. And then she just isn't in the movie really anymore. And I'm like, it's kind of funnier to just like have her go through that episode and like just shove her to the side.
Yeah, I do like.
For just the worst. The worst Bruce Willis bullshit. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, give us a Mia subplot instead.
Yeah.
Right, like just have her like go to the movies with her feet out.
Okay, well, when you put it that way, actually, maybe unfortunately,
Kill Bill.
Yeah, look, Kill Bill. Parts 1 and 2, those were the first R-rated movies that I saw when I was like 18. And admittedly, that was very much trial by fire because I was like, damn, movies can do this? This is great. But
movies can do this.
Having her go in and watch Kill Bill, like a final cut that is just done somehow inexplicably, would be pretty baller.
I mean,
a version of the movie where you just edit out the Bruce Willis part and you just put in
the entirety of Kill Bill.
Yeah.
But I've like, what you do is you just do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 style thing where you've put in like you've overlaid like a row of seats and you've just put her outline over it. So she's just silently watching the movie one row in front of you. That would greatly improve this film, I think. If it was actually 3 films.
If it was just bootleg Kill Bill.
Yeah, like shot on a camcorder.
Yeah. Yeah, it's shaky. Like there's a portion where it's like you have to like shove the camcorder under your jacket because someone walks by. Like
you hear just like popcorn like
crunching,
being chewed.
He goes up to get more popcorn. The movie takes the camera.
Like a nice slurp of an empty like soda,
Yeah,
but he just keeps doing it because he's like really insistent on like making sure
you're getting that last drop of Coke.
Soda.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
And like somebody next to him is just like, oh my God. There's this kind of like meta narrative going on. Actually, this does sound like a good idea for a movie.
It blends into The Dark Knight Rises, and then it becomes like a hardcore Henry style thing where he has to like take down the various shooters who are coming in to try and like kill people in the theater. And people are like, this is. I think Quentin T's revisionist history and love of film has gone a little bit too far in this most recent film of his.
I like that normally we do like a fan casting, and this was just like, what if this was directed by Bjork if she was 17?
The thing is, I don't know if I would do a fan casting other than just you get rid of Bruce Willis entirely.
Yeah.
Replace him with The Rock. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
Just double down on how bad that part is because it's kind of like a weird. It's like it makes. Because it's out of order, like, and that part sucks, and then you're just so happy for the good characters to come back. Like, I almost feel it's like a little on purpose.
Yeah, it's interesting because the reviews that I saw, like the ones that I was reading, they just don't really mention it. Like, they don't mention it for good or for bad. It's like everybody forgets that he's in this movie. Because I sure did. Let me tell you, I barely remembered anything about him when I was going into it, and I was like, "Damn, I do not like this scene." So yeah, I think you're right though. It definitely did like heighten my appreciation of the last 20 minutes, which were great. I love the Wolf. Shout out to that guy.
The Wolf. Harvey K.
Yeah.
Harvey K.
I mean, I was a little bit off put by the Dana cameo that then happened, but you know, couldn't help myself. But the poly couple showing up in a
No, that would be a good recast where you recast the wolf as whatever the wolf in Dana,
the wolf
is, but also Dana's like they're both
Dana
of them are the same, that one character.
Or Dana's Bruce Willis. That could make an interesting third of the movie. Is just putting in like 15 the poly couple TikToks in a row, and then just cutting back to
for the folks because I don't think I've discussed.
Oh yeah, of course. Apologies for bringing this
podcast.
up.
No, you're good because it's funny.
Ruined the show in perpetuity.
No, there's a TikTok and Instagram account called the Poly Couple, and it's a fictionalized, like, I don't know, episodic storytelling of maybe the couple's lives, like they're actually a poly couple IRL, but like their reels are like a storyline. But it's dark,
it's satanic,
and the wolf needs to get out because he's getting a bad deal.
Like I said, that's gonna be Tarantino's last movie. It's gonna be us rescuing him from the poly couple, like Inglourious Bastards. Which is say, I'm just gonna lock the doors to his building and set it on fire.
Or it's like a Once Upon a Time in Hollywood kind of thing, where like we're his neighbors. And we inadvertently prevent him from ever meeting Dana.
Yeah, but we are also losers, like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. Well, and speaking of losers, if we did have to recast Vincent, I think Leo would be a good Vincent.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
You know, I
was picturing.
Although I really like John Travolta, so I don't necessarily feel that strongly about it. I think Leo would slot in just fine.
John Travolta is doing a very good job as a man, just always in over his head somehow.
His movies are so bad these days.
Yeah,
he's in dog shit movies, and like it's crazy. Like watching him in old stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, I like him.
Yeah, no, exactly. That was also, again, I was like going into this going like, boy, I can't wait to see how well John Travolta's performance holds up. And it's like, oh, this is great.
It's good.
Actually.
It's good. Or it's like, oh, Samuel L. Jackson can be somebody that's not Nick Fury or Mace Windu.
Yeah.
You know?
But
you got to watch better Sam Jackson films.
No, I do.
Yeah, I was like agreeing
with
that, and I was like, wait, no, I didn't think that. I knew that he was a good actor. Like, I guess I already knew that was a correct take, which is why I'm saying, yeah, that's true.
No, I knew that he is. It's just like recently,
recently he was Mace Windu.
Okay, well,
your cryogenesis is showing, bro.
See what he's been in. Yeah, that is a good question.
All I can think of is just like Django. He shows up in Marvel.
He was in
I guess he was in Django, which is very good. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's been in much lately.
He's like
he was in Glass, that
he was in the other guy.
Yeah, and that's not a good movie.
No, it's a terrible movie.
He was in The Other Guys. You guys watch that one?
He's going to be wait, they're making a Garfield movie?
Yeah, with Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt is Garfield.
I'm sorry, you are joking about that, right?
No, that's real.
Oh my god. That is, why do they keep doing this? He's not a good voice actor, and his voice does not fit these roles. Like, this is...
But consider this. It's an Illuminati humiliation ritual on Hollywood itself.
You know, when you put it that way, that really is a more logical explanation than anything I can think of. Well, that was deeply upsetting knowledge. But yeah, apparently he's going to be in that as well. So
yeah,
his return to true cinema is imminent. I can feel it.
Yeah, we got to get Bill Murray back.
I don't know if we do. I'm going to be honest.
I never saw the Bill Murray ones. I have no allegiance towards Garfield. I'm just upset that he's getting paid for anything.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm also not much of a Garfield loyalist. I just
you're a Heathcliff stan through and through.
Oh, I know. You know me. I'm a trash ape head myself.
Yeah. I have no modern recasting of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I think it is. It's a very well cast movie. I liked Steve Buscemi just briefly showing up as the waiter. That was fun.
Yeah, it's great.
He did. Oh, I missed that completely.
He's Buddy
when they're at
Holly.
the he's Buddy Holly.
Okay. I was just so immersed in the setting.
It's funny. I was folding laundry and I wasn't looking at my screen while that was happening. And I was like, "Is that Steve Buscemi's voice?" And then I looked up, and so I think that's how I escaped the scenery.
I think I was making s'mores indoors with like a butane torch, just blasting the marshmallow.
Honestly, that rocks.
Well, I mean, you gotta make s'mores somehow, you know.
Yeah. Initially, I was just imagining you like just chopping up like a couch or something and lighting it on fire in your living room. I was like, I mean, look, man, you do what you gotta do to make it through.
It's almost summer.
It's almost summer. Oh, white boy summer is almost here. And I don't know about you two, but I'm getting ready.
Do you have any big plans for white boy summer? Any movies you're gonna watch that really embody
you're right.
white boy summer?
Yeah, every day I'm going to watch a new Quentin D or Marty S film, and I will only have the dumbest takes on them. Like I'm gonna get really caught up on what's in the briefcase. I'm gonna start making like fan theories.
I actually found out. I saw a rare interview with QT, and he said that it was a light bulb. So. Can't believe you liked that bit.
Yeah, I can't either. I'm disappointed with myself. I want to be very clear.
It's true though. It was just like a little incandescent.
Yeah, do you think the gay rapists were necessary?
No.
I agree, but
that scene I did kind of remember. So even when Bruce Willis was hanging out with his child bride, I was still I was like, boy, it's crazy that there's a scene coming up that will leave an even worse taste in my mouth. Like there's like, I guess like narratively it serves to like tie things up there, but I don't know. It's just
that whole narrative doesn't need to exist.
That's exactly. Like the narrative doesn't need to exist. And I know that the movie is called Pulp Fiction, but still, like the rest of the movie also has like scenes of like intense violence or like sort of gritty action, but it feels fun in a way that scene does not. Like that scene just feels deeply ugly and mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it starts with Kathy Griffin. What are you doing in this film?
Wait, is she in it?
Yeah, she's after the car crash.
Oh,
with
you're right.
Who gets shot?
No, she doesn't get shot. She's
that
guy was crazy. He just drove into you.
Yeah.
Did a great job.
Get back on the D list, girl.
Yeah, that is. I will say that is the one strength of the Bruce Willis plot is that we get to see a couple more. We get to see a couple scenes of Marcellus just doing his thing, and he's very fun to watch. When he's not getting gay raped, which admittedly is a bummer of a scene. It's just not fun.
It's mean. Fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how they progress the plot in a way where it's like, well, it's like, but then it's like, why do I even care? You know what I mean? Like, how do I fix the way the Bruce Willis kind of storyline ends? And it's just like I don't like Bruce Willis's character at all.
Yeah,
Butch, stupid name. Sorry, all the fans named Butch listening.
Yeah, sorry to all the Butches out there, but
R.I.P. Butch, you were just murdered by Rick Reel. Stupid name. So it's the best scene in this movie. We gotta say some positive things about it because we did all.
Yeah, we all had a good time with it.
So 3-star, 2.5, 3-star.
This is definitely a 3.5 and a like on Letterboxd.
Okay,
but you get rid of you fast forward through the Bruce Willis part. I'd bump it to a 4.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd bump it to a 4.5. Honestly, without the Bruce Willis stuff, I just have a good time hanging with my close personal friends, Vince and Jules. But yeah, I'm also probably sitting at a 3.5 as it is. But yeah, no, the scenes that I really enjoyed, I really like the final scene in the movie. I forgot how tense it was. It does a very good job of maintaining its energy of these two crazy British freaks.
Shout out Tim Roth.
Yeah, I love that guy.
Love that guy. Love a good Tim Roth. Everyone go watch Lie to Me. His propaganda TV show.
Maybe don't do that.
Maybe I'm definitely not going to watch that television show.
Go watch Reservoir Dogs. Quentin T's best movie.
Go watch Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead with Gary Oldman and Tim Roth. Tom Stoppard play.
Yeah. You got a lot of Tim Roth pulls right now.
I like Tim Roth. I didn't say shout out for no reason, dude. I'm a big fan.
That's a good point. Yeah, but no, I thought you
were kidding.
Yeah, me too. They were a cute way to bookend the movie. What about you guys? What were some of the scenes that you really liked?
The diner scene's the best scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Yeah. Or wait, no, the not the diner scene. I mean, the diner scene's good at the end, but the restaurant.
Rabbit Slims.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot as well.
That's the diner that I meant. If they were to do that today, to instead evoke the year 2000, now that would be a movie.
They'd have Shrek in there.
Yeah, they got like the Wayans brothers.
There's just like
Keanu Reeves.
There's one very solemn booth that just has a picture of the Twin Towers burning.
They probably have somebody dressed up as someone from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
In that, like, just like a recursive meta thing, which I hate.
And then it's like Timothy Chalamet and Anya Taylor-Joy in a PT Cruiser.
The worst part is, that if this was real, people would be going to it all the time.
I would see it.
Would be a spot for influencers.
I would see that movie. I would go to that diner.
Well,
I'm sorry. You're saying the whole movie is made for like the year. I was just imagining like a diner that was evoking the year 2000.
Well, instead of Jack Rabbit Slims being whatever 74, it's the year 2000.
I see. Okay.
In a like 2024 Pulp Fiction, where Vincent is Timothy Chalamet and Mia is Anya Taylor-Joy, and I guess Lakeith Stanfield is Jules. Bit of an age mismatch on those two characters, but
see, I was about to try and ask you just to like see if you could come up with a black actor who is appropriate for the role, and I like that in an unforced error you revealed that no, you could not without me even asking.
I was gonna say John David Washington.
Yeah, look,
Keith David. Sting Rames.
I don't know. I'm going to say, sort of underdog contender here. Bowen Yang is my casting for Jules.
Poe Dameron? I don't know.
That's the character. What's the name?
So you mean Oscar Isaac's character from Force Awakens?
Star Wars.
I wasn't thinking of the right guy.
Clearly not.
You were off by a wide margin.
Wait, you mean John Boyega? Like,
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know his name. I don't watch Disney films except WALL-E, which is a Pixar.
Look, honestly, really the only thing I know about him is that he like tweeted out after The Rise of Skywalker going like, yeah, I fucked Rey off screen, which is so sick. I think
he would be great in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, no, it is just a baller move for people to be going like, that movie was terrible. He's like, yeah, well, Finn laid pipe, so fuck all of you. And you're like, damn, I have to respect that. That's a crazy move.
It was such a bad movie, though.
Oh, it was really bad.
The thing is, like, I talked to somebody at work after, like, you know how there's memes about, like, oh, your coworkers are going to show you, like, a stupid thing or have, like, the worst takes on whatever. And I try and be an enlightened person and be like, no, like they're not all NPCs. Like, people are people. Whatever. And then I was like talking about like my winter break to one of my coworkers. She's like, "Oh yeah, I saw Rise of Skywalker." I was like, "Oh yeah, like what'd you think?" Like I thought it was fucking terrible. And she was like, "Oh, I really loved it." And she's like, "I really like Rey and Kylo when they kissed." And I was like,
"Damn."
I was like, oh, "Damn, I think I don't believe that people."
That's
are
a
people
crazy
anymore.
take. Yeah, my brothers and I went into it with like bingo cards for like terrible things that we thought were going to happen, and so we were having a blast as we watched it.
I thought it was going to be bad going in, but I could not believe how bad
it was. It
ended up being.
Yeah, it was bad, but it was also like cowardly because so much of it was just going like, well, that thing you're mad about didn't actually happen. Also, Rey's special. Anyway. Sorry, we're getting distracted talking about.
Yeah, we should still be casting Jules.
We should be. Yes, we've still not cast Jules yet.
Caleb McLaughlin.
Who's the?
I think we get Russell Wilson in his first ever film role. He takes a break from football and he's like, I'm gonna be Jules.
Travis Kelce,
Miranda, Maddie Healy.
Ooh, okay. No, that's what it is. We cast Travis Kelce as Vincent, Taylor Swift as Mia, and I guess dark horse contender Maddie Healy as Jules.
What this movie is missing is more.
Jake Gyllenhaal is Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal is Bruce Willis, and then who's a white actor that we can recast as Marcellus?
Finn Wolfhard.
This would be Taylor's version.
This is Taylor's version. It's very white,
and it's set in the 1830s.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I would love to go back to Pulp Fiction without the racism.
That's a tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I don't know. You got Millie Bobby Brown be Marilyn Monroe in the diner.
I have a question for you. Is there a sign on my house that says Tortured Poets Department? Do you see a sign on my garage?
What?
I like it.
Is that still Quentin?
Yeah, no, that was not my Quentin impression. That's Taylor Swift.
Quentin in the
She's
movie.
also playing Jimmy. Yeah.
So it plays Jimmy. Might be good.
What do you think would happen? I know that I've speculated about this on my own show as well, but I need your takes as well. What do you think would happen if Taylor Swift was like in a movie or in a song, just said the N-word? How do you think her fans would take that?
I don't think anything happens at all.
Yeah, I don't think she would. I've said this about
I think
Eminem, Marshall Mathers.
Nothing would happen.
If Eminem went on InfoWars and said what Kanye said, he would not lose a single fan. And I think the same for Taylor Swift.
I think it helps though that like Eminem has not been making good music recently, unlike Kanye. Like there's like Kanye had fans to lose. Like
yeah, that's true.
Whereas like if you're an Eminem fan in the year 2024,
if you're
racist,
you don't care.
Like, I don't mean to come out against Eminem fans as a concept, but I just feel if you're still listening to the guy who was known as the white rapper, during the Bush administration. There's other white rappers out there also. Like, even if you're not going to listen to black people making rap music, you listen to Macklemore.
Yeah, you can listen to Hobson. It's a little... Cut that, actually. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, that's the episode. That's the Pulp Fiction episode.
I felt like I was going to have more to say about this.
That's how these work out, where it's like most movies are like 3.5 stars. They're fine,
Yeah, it's fine. Now, if this movie was Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, we might have more to say.
There's a lot to say about that movie.
There's a lot to say about it. We've got
really
so much more.
To dig into that movie.
We might have to do that movie once a year.
Just to revisit, see how it's held up.
Is it still holding up 300 days later.
I think we could do an hour and a half on Let's Go to Prison, because I think there is actually a lot to say about that movie in the larger cultural context.
You guys could make like a companion commentary piece on Let's Go to Prison that's like twice as long as the film, I think.
We do the Quentin reviews, like 9-hour Let's Go to Prison analysis.
Boy, I do not like that man.
He's fine. I mean, his content's fine. I think he's kind of like a loser, but
yeah, no, that really is it.
Fine.
I just can't watch his videos without thinking about like the time that he was like tweeting at Sarah Z, and she had to like respond and go, hey, "Stop DMing me. We're not friends." Which, like, damn, imagine Sarah Z being the person to put you in your place. But
I don't think I like Sarah Z, because I think she's in that little
very
like,
millennial
nebula.
Yeah,
the nebula.
is she?
RedTube subsect, because like I remember, like, this is so stupid, but I'll talk about it anyways. Quentin was talking about how one of his editors was like stalking him and like,
oh yeah, I remember that,
like trying to cancel him, but like she just was like in love with him and he rejected her and was trying to be like chill about it, like based on looking at everything. And then Dan Olson, the Folding Ideas, who is an asshole. I like his videos, but like he seems like just the biggest prick.
He's very funny because of the fact that he's so rude in his videos.
But he's like, he just doesn't seem like a nice, like, I wouldn't be friends with him. I probably wouldn't be friends with Quentin either, but I'd probably be like a friendly acquaintance where I'd be like, fuck Dan Olson, Yeah. And he was like, basically he just cherry picked the part where the girl was complaining about how Quentin wasn't paying his editors enough, and like also took it out of context and was just like bashing him endlessly about it on Twitter. And then like, a day later, everyone was like, oh, actually you're like wildly wrong about this. And he just deleted all the tweets and didn't apologize.
Baller.
So it's like, I don't like those people at all.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
So glad we brought that up on the show.
I rarely have an excuse to talk about.
You talk about bread tube drama.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, then not quite bread tube drama.
Matt Dougzone. You could talk to Matt Dougzone about anything you want, whenever you want.
Yeah.
And I reserve that right to just send terrible content.
Yeah, you do send me some heinous things on Reels. That one time, though.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh yes, apologies.
What an episode!
If you would like
3.5 stars and a like on Letterboxd. Follow me on Letterboxd.
What did I lose? Plug privileges?
You've lost your privileges. Everything's done. Email us, badboycinemafanmail@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about breadtube drama. That'll get us some fucking emails now. Do not watch Pulp Fiction. It's fine. You've seen it. You're done.
Watch the Pulp Fiction cut that we're going to put out soon, where it's just Kill Bill parts 1 and 2 instead of the Bruce Willis scenes. You're going to like that a lot more.
You will.
You absolutely will. And if you don't, you're wrong.
And I'll kill you.
Yeah, watch
in Minecraft.
Sure.
Yeah, I won't kill
there
anybody
too.
in Minecraft. Yeah, let me pull up a film that you should watch. I just watched Con Air for the first time.
What a banger.
I want to do that for this show.
I mean, yeah, sure we can. Just watch it for the first time. Let me tell you, when you ask anybody on the street, anybody in life, what's the best Nicolas Cage film? Con Air. Consistently the first one mentioned.
I don't think that's
you guys have garbage opinions, bro.
Okay, good. I thought they were like saying, people, like the man on the street agrees with me on this. I was like, that's insane.
No.
That's a fascinating opinion for people to have. I'm going to start pulling people in my own life to
I've asked a lot of people because I'm like trying to get through the
I think it's a good Nick Cage meme movie.
Yeah,
I think maybe that's what people are. I think that's what people are saying.
Like, I want to watch a Nick Cage film, and they're like, #1, Con Air, #2, Raising Arizona. I'm like, you guys get out of here.
Yeah,
I just watched both of those.
Raising Arizona kind of sucks.
I like Raising Arizona. I think it
doesn't hold up.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, it's also true. Just like Doctor Strangelove, I haven't seen it in like a decade, and so maybe I won't rewatch it just in case.
It's a
I don't
movie
like
for
it.
like you have to be 40 or older to enjoy it, I think.
Uh-oh.
In my opinion.
But yeah, no,
It's
I
not
guess
very
that is
good.
a good point though, Elliot. That yeah, when you ask people about or actually I think it was Rick who said this, but my good personal friends, both of them. Yeah, when you ask people about Nicolas Cage movies, they are thinking of like the meme movies instead of the fact that he is a very good actor when he's working with like a good script and a director who knows what to do with them.
Yeah,
like
in
National
Jiu-Jitsu.
Treasure. I don't know what you guys had to say about it, but that movie was a banger.
Go back 2 weeks and listen.
Yeah,
a week,
which will be the oh wait no yeah it's 2 in the future. Yeah. But right now, but in the past, listening to this, it's
by the time the listeners listen.
I love time, much like Chris and
I freaking love playing with time, dude. I don't know. I guess
the next Chris N movie is about a podcast recording schedule.
I like the idea of putting out a non-linear podcast. Like halfway through the episode, like the intro plays.
Yeah,
and
we could do that.
Yeah, we could just edit this completely out of order.
We'll start
do
us
that
off for Inception. When we do Inception, we will. I'm gonna have reverb on both of our voices the entire time, and it will just do it out of order, and that'll be great. People will love that. They'll definitely listen to that episode. I forgot how to do endings now.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Okay, Matthew Dougzone, do your one plug, and then we're out of here.
Oh, yes. Listen to Historica Esoterica. And my name